Organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, Black Lives Matter, we sit down with one of the founders. And later, Iowa City Police Chief, a look into his goals for his new position.
One Iowa basketball player is being acknowledged for breaking records.
And another is unfortunately out for the remainder of the season. Find out later in sports.
All that and more coming up. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good morning and thank you for joining us on another live edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Becca Scadden. Yesterday, the Daily Iowan, along with KRUI, had the opportunity to sit down with Patrice Cullors, one of the founders of the Black Lives Matter movement. This movement has been all over the news and has been seen by some as controversial.
Black Lives Matter is a movement that is beyond U.S. domestic borders, as a movement that challenges both Black communities and other communities to deal and heal from anti-Black racism.
Cullors discussed how this movement's intent is to promote peace, and those who support the movement shouldn't just be Black.
White folks should be pushing things that historically Black people have pushed, but they should say, no, we want this too. This is important for us as well.
The Black Lives Matter movement does not just advocate for one cause. The movement also tries to work with other movements to help them create change.
I believe Black Lives Matter needs to, and all of our movements need to join in solidarity in this moment. We need to not to dilute our messaging, but to build our power. And I think that's important, and I think it's strategic.
If you would like to see the full interview, head over to YouTube and look up the Daily Iowan. There's a new police chief in town, and his name is Jody Matherly. Daily Iowan TV reporter Noah Gowdy caught up with him to find out how his first few weeks in the new position have been going.
With more than 30 years of experience in the police force, Jody Matherly has devoted his life to serving the people. The road to become the new Iowa City Chief of Police was not an easy one for Matherly, as he had been in the selection process dating back to June of 2016. The process started with 18 potential candidates until it was finally narrowed down to 4. Out of those 4, Matherly was selected by the City Council for the position.
A police chief's process, even a police officer, is very time consuming. I mean, you're talking 6 to 7 months. It's not like a job where you just walk in, interview, and then get hired. It's lengthy, and for all the right reasons. They need to make sure they're getting the right person and the right fit.
Chief Matherly was selected and approved for the position back in December of 2016 by the Iowa City Council, and he had just recently been sworn in on January 23rd. Matherly has over 13 years of prior experience as a police chief with the Altoona and Grinnell police departments. Chief Matherly has began connecting with his officers and staff in his first few weeks, and the effort has not gone unnoticed.
He's interested, he engages us, takes our opinions, he listens to what we have to say. It's been a kind of a new, good awakening, I should say.
Matherly sees potential in the community and police force working together that could build a strong relationship between the two.
This community wants to be progressive and be part of the solution, and that's valuable. So why not key in on that? And that's going to be our specialty, is to listen to the folks and work with them to be part of the solution.
Reporting from City Hall in downtown Iowa City, Noah Gowdy, Daily Iowan TV.
After being canceled in December due to weather, the Know Your Rights Spousal and Partner Abuse Laws and Resources program has been rescheduled. The program will take place Saturday, March 11th from 2 to 4 p.m. at Social Hall in the Robert A. Lee Recreation Center. The center is located at 220 South Gilbert Street. The event is focused on informing the public of their rights and resources regarding spousal and partner abuse. Officials say Iowa City Police Department reports there are about 500 to 600 calls a year related to domestic abuse. The Iowa City Police Department has issued a warning regarding a social media scam. Officials say the perpetrator poses as a young woman who starts a relationship with men, but then uses this relationship to get money or valuable information.
once that personal information's out there, there's really no way that they can control it any further, and it may be shared beyond their scope of controls. Don't share personal information. I mean, particularly, once it goes online like that.
The department wishes to remind Iowa City citizens of the dangers lurking on the other side of the keyboard. Well, Sydney, I know driving around yesterday, I had my windows down. It seemed way warmer than it should have been for February. Please tell me we have more warm weather coming at us this week.
Well, Becca, this week is going to be quite up and down, but I'll agree. I love the weather yesterday, and if you're going outside today, definitely bring a lighter weight coat. You will regret bringing your heavy-duty winter coat. So while the groundhog predicted 6 more weeks of winter last week, yesterday it felt like spring. While we're throwing days here and there, brisk winds, and cooler temps, it looks like this week will be up and down as well. Tuesday morning, we'll see foggy skies with temps hitting 40 degrees. As we dip into the afternoon, we'll dip into the mid-40s with some cloudy skies. We'll finish off the evening at temps cooling down into the low 30s. As we start Wednesday morning, it'll be quite a bit chillier, a start high of 23 degrees. Looking into the rest of the week, things will stay pretty chilly on Wednesday and on Thursday. And on Friday, we'll hit temps in the high 50s. Over the weekend, we can see a range of temps in the low 40s to mid 50s throughout the day, and the high 20s to high 20s in the 30s, in the evening. As far as sunshine goes, it looks like it'll be a pretty cloudy week in Iowa City. However, we'll get a peak of sunshine on Thursday and Monday. Now, enjoy the warmer weather and I guess enjoy the cooler days ahead. Becca, back to you.
Thanks, Sydney. University of Iowa Vice President for Student Life Tom Rockland announced earlier this year he will be retiring in July of 2017. Rockland first joined the UI in 1986 as a faculty member in the Department of Psychological and Quantitative Foundations. He was then appointed Vice President for Student Life in 2010 after serving in the role on an interim basis for 2 years. What kinds of new changes do students hope to see from Rockland's successor? Daily Iowan TV reporter Zhao Li brings us more.
After serving at the University of Iowa for 20 years, Vice President for Student Life Tom Rockland has decided to retire at the end of the semester. The university has successfully implemented many great activities under Rockland's leadership, such as On Iowa, which welcomes more than 7,000 students every single year, and the first ever alcohol reduction plan. Right now, the university is still searching for Rockland's successor, but before the new leader is named, let's check out what are some of the new changes student leaders hope to see.
Promote us as all 4 councils as one instead of mainly focusing funding and everything towards the main 2, then I think that would be a big change.
Another point Zach mentioned is to make activities and resources more available to students.
They do a ton of different things, and the main reason I know about them is because I became a student leader. When I was a student, I didn't know about a ton of the academic resources or student legal services.
International student leader Xin Cheng shares the same opinion.
I know that many Chinese students here in our city, they don't know these activities, so I would like to have more opportunities for them. For example, talk to them in ESL classes or through some Chinese student organizations here in our city.
Student Government Vice President Lauren Freeman hopes the university could hire someone that really cares about the students.
My hope is that we hire someone for this role that will actively seek student feedback and advice on important campus issues. I also hope that they will listen to students and act on their concerns in a collaborative way.
Lauren hopes the new vice president could really listen and work with student government leaders and ensure students' voices are heard. At this point, the school officials declined to comment on the qualifications of the applicants, as the searching committee member list has not been finalized. Daily Iowan TV will continue to bring you more on the updates. Reporting in Iowa City, Zhao Li, Daily Iowan TV.
On Monday, the UI and the University of Iowa Foundation announced the end of the For Iowa Forevermore fundraising campaign. UI officials say more than 272,000 UI alum and friends donated over $1.975 billion. The contribution will help the university remain at the forefront of research, healthcare, and education for years to come. Well, guys, I heard it was a really busy weekend for Hawkeye sports. Catch us up with what's going on this week.
Thanks, Becca. Yes, Alec, Hawkeye Sports found great success this past weekend.
Great point there, Taylor. With wins across the board this weekend in basketball, wrestling, and tennis, it's definitely been eventful. And keeping it over in tennis, the Hawkeye men's tennis team has jumped out to a 5-2 start by recording 2 victories this past weekend. With more is Will Silverstein.
The Iowa men's tennis team hosted a triple header over this weekend. and they recorded victories over Nebraska, Omaha, and Dartmouth as they look to build momentum heading into conference season.
The best thing to do is just keep fighting, because I knew it was really close this match, just like Friday, and we had that, bitter taste in our mouth from losing Friday to Drake that we didn't want to lose this match. So a very similarly, level team, really good team as well. So, just kept fighting, knew I could do it. Teammates were there being loud. That helped the atmosphere a lot.
It meant a lot to me because the last couple matches against Drake and Mississippi State, it's been really tough for me. Been very emotional after winning first set and kind of going up and down momentum switch. And so it was really important for me to get going again. Matt, assistant coach, helped me a lot today. He was really supportive and helped me pump me up again. That got me back under momentum again. Matt just talked about getting the score, just keep competing, get a little loud again, get the momentum going that way. Keep pumping myself up, even though I've been losing the points. Just tell myself, next point, here we go. This one is the most important. So yeah, that was really important to have Matt there.
The men's team looks poised heading into the road trip against the University of Oregon next weekend. Reporting from the University of Iowa Hawkeye Tennis Recreation Center, this is Will Silverstein, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawkeyes open up Big Ten play at home against conference rivals Wisconsin on Sunday, March 5th.
And the women's tennis team had a busy night as well, with a doubleheader, including a starting match against Iowa State. Lucy Rodine has more.
The Hawkeyes took on in-state rival Iowa State Sunday night with not one but two undefeated records on the line. Iowa beat Iowa State 4-0 to keep their undefeated season alive and improve their overall record against the Cyclones to 36-0. One of the Hawkeyes that contributed to this victory was junior Zoe Douglas. Douglas won in her doubles match with freshman Elise Van Hoytland and defeated Buddy and Cancini of Iowa State 6-4. Douglas went on to win her singles match against the Cyclones' Maddie Cancini 6-3 and 7-5. Although Douglas won in straight sets, the Cyclones put up a tough fight.
There was the three-setters going on over there, and it was a tight close. So it was a tough match, and we need to just move forward and take pride from it and take confidence moving forward.
Another Hawkeye who could take confidence from this match was sophomore Dory Huckleby, who defeated Iowa State's Margarita Timokova in 3 sets. Huckleby credits their undefeated start to head coach Sasha Schmidt.
Sasha and fitness, I would say. We've been working really hard on our fitness, and that also carries over into our mental toughness and into our matches. So I think that is a really big thing.
Girls are working hard and staying focused. I think they're growing and getting better. I think they had to have a lot of heart today, and definitely that helps. And I think they're playing hard for each other. So probably, just a good combination of all of those things.
The Hawkeyes will be back in action this Saturday when they face Western Michigan and Marquette in a doubleheader in Milwaukee. Reporting from the Hawkeye Recreation and Tennis Facility, this has been Lucy Rodine, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Iowa leads this year's Cy-Hawk Series 7 events to 3.
The Iowa track and field team also had a big weekend this weekend at the Mayo Invitational in Indiana.
Several athletes qualified for day 2 of the meet, including junior Carter Lilly, who set a new school record in the 800 with a time of 1:47.33. His time ranks 5th in the nation and 3rd in the Big Ten.
And Lilly was not the only Iowa athlete to break records this week. Jordan Bohannon was named Big Ten Freshman of the Week Monday after recently helping lead Iowa to victories over Rutgers and Nebraska.
Bohannon averaged 16 points in the last 2 games and managed to break Iowa's 3-point field goal record by a freshman. He now has 54, breaking the old record by 2.
And for some sad news for women's basketball, it was announced last night that starting point guard Tanaya Davis will miss the remainder of the season after tearing her ACL late in that fourth quarter match against Michigan State on Monday.
We will have more on how the team is planning to move on without Davis on Thursday's show.
Check out tomorrow's show for a closer look on one wrestler that's making a big difference this season.
Becca, back to you.
Well, thanks for watching today's edition of Daily Iowan TV, and be sure to check out all of our broadcasts the rest of the week. Pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan.